basketball. Are you serious? It's stunts like these that is causing a lot of fans to, discredit this league.
Surrounding the foul heard around the world, the latest foul heard around the world from a WNBA player on to Caitlin Clark.
Remember when basketball was about skill, not about how well you can avoid the ref's whistle? Caitlin Clark is bringing that old school fire, but the refs are trying to put it out. Let's look at how this rising star is fighting not just for points, but for fair play. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Picture this. The latest WNBA sensation, Caitlin Clark, takes a punch to the face. It appears to be a straightforward choice, doesn't it? That is not right. The officials handed Caitlin a penalty. Saying a car ran into a wall is the same thing. Is everything well with these referees? Is it something you think is awful? What about a fist bump? Behold, the events that follow will astound you. What happened after the hit is even more crucial than the hit itself. A controversy that is trembling the league to its core was touched off at that same moment by the officials' decision. Picture this. Caitlin Clark, the newest star in the WNBA, is rushing the basket. She has no limits, does she? That is not right. Then, out of nowhere, bam! An elbow brushes against her cheek. The vista is clear. It was seen by everyone in the arena. You would think it's an easy choice, wouldn't you?
She is one technical foul away from potentially being suspended a game, and that is causing a lot of concern all over this nation.
After this point, things become completely out of hand. Instead of a foul, the officials deemed Clark to have committed an offensive foul. I can confirm that what you heard was true. Taking an elbow to the face somehow gets her in trouble. How on earth can you make sense of that? Suddenly, there is a ruckus. On the field, everyone is in shock. Is social media a factor? It explodes. The question that everyone wants answered is, which game are they even watching? Look at the replay, I'm serious. It is easy to see that the elbows are touching. Does this really constitute an offensive foul? Yet there's more. Later on, Clark suffers yet another hit. Officials on this occasion initially refrained from making any calls. A review in the fourth quarter led to the decision to declare it a flagrant foul. What a complete and full paradox. Is anything else out of the ordinary? You can expect to see this happen more than once.
Basketball. Are you serious? It's stunts like these that is causing a lot of fans to, discredit this league.
I think she got fouled and missed those 2 free throws, and then, got frustrated with the officiating at times.
Clark has consistently faced this type of treatment throughout the season. She endures a barrage of shoves, holds, and hits during the course of the game. Moreover, it is typically she who is flagged for a foul.
Vicious assault. Boom, right there. Right there. And then she tried to act like, well, I'm going to help you up. Surrounding the foul heard around the world, the latest foul heard around the world from a WNBA player on to Caitlin Clark.
Not even Clark is being silent on the matter. Is her agitation surprising? It appears that the officials are attempting to obstruct her performance in the competition. What she calls quite a bit of contact in games has led to some really surprising calls. How about that elbow? All this is just the tip of the iceberg. A deeper, more systemic problem within the WNBA is coming to light. Everyone, it appears like we're seeing a pattern here, being unfair to one of the league's top players on a regular basis. Think about it. When the officials in charge of officiating a game can't even get Clark, a league superstar, right? I don't know what's wrong with the rest of the teams. This raises serious questions about the quality of the referees in women's basketball. But hear me out. Clark isn't benefiting from this discussion at all. Secret developments that have been building for a while are now becoming public knowledge. Players, fans, and experts are among those who have spoken out. The players are requesting that the officials improve their officiating, be more consistent, and treat all players similarly. Maintaining a level playing field is commendable, but what if being a top player really makes you a target? The WNBA is in a state of disarray as a result of the mystery surrounding Caitlin Clark. It's not just about one bad call or game. This is centered around a pattern, so pay attention. This pattern is leaving everyone, commentators, athletes, and fans, bewildered. We can make it easier. A lot of questionable decisions have come Clark's way this season. We are not referring to the occasional missed call, which occurs to everyone. Pardon my ignorance, but this is just great. Whenever Clark sets foot on the court, the officials appear to be staring at her with great concentration. Think about it. Clark plays with passion and fury. She can't be held. Instead of rewarding her intense competition, the officials are scolding her with technical penalties for showing her emotions.
But think the referees will do a little bit more in trying to make sure the star of this basketball league do not get suspended.
Handle those things. It's not going to be perfect. Those guys aren't going to be perfect. We're not perfect. But I think we lost some time with that frustration. So,
in your opinion, is that accurate? Her extraordinary playing skills seem to be being doused in their efforts to douse it. However, everything are about to go off the rails. Some have even said that Clark's sudden ascent to stardom makes her a target on her back. Quite ridiculous, isn't it? Permit me to elucidate. Her accomplishments seem to be getting in the way of her advancement. The more cameras there are, the more the referees look like they're keeping a tight eye on her. Is anything else out of the ordinary? The referees may be being unfairly harsh on Clark because of her famous status, according to some. Imagine them trying to prove they are neutral by not siding with any political faction. But by doing so, they run the danger of going completely counterproductive. At this stage, I am not asserting that Caitlin Clark is the object of an extensive conspiracy. Nothing can be denied, though. Something is clearly wrong here. More is at stake now than just Clark. The WNBA is exposing systemic issues with this occurrence. Think about it. As a result of the officials' treatment of their best player, what is happening to the rest of the league? All things considered, this casts question on the officiating's overall competence. Does everyone else feel the same way I do, or am I the only one? Is the current attention on Clark making us pay more attention to this systemic issue? But wait, the most incredible thing is still to come. It was never Clark's goal to be the one to spill the beans. All she wants to do is play her game and help her team win.
To see Caitlin surrounded by the players that are already on the Indiana team because, her vision is next level.
But all these questionable calls turn her become an unwitting whistleblower. She's bringing attention to things that have probably been neglected for a while. And you know what else? To be honest, I'm impressed. In the WNBA, Clark is inadvertently making a ruckus. Many are engaging in conversation with her, inquiring about more details and requesting improved service. Not only is she making an impression on the basketball court, but the entire league is taking note of her. Though Clark is certainly making waves, that is hardly the most absurd part. Are you kidding me? All this controversy is actually making her stronger. In all the hubbub, nobody seems to be paying attention to the secret of Clark's success. All these harsh decisions must be taking a toll on Clark's mental health, right? I strongly disagree. This young lady is really brave. Except for Clark, who is hell-bent on winning, everyone else is gushing over the officials. Picture this. This is a game-changing moment, and Clark is standing at the free throw line, evidently still reeling from the earlier incorrect call. The audience is obviously furious. But you, Clark? She is calm and collected. She expressed her utmost importance, stating that she must make these 2 free throws. At this very moment, that is my sole thought. Impressive. What a strength of mind. However, this is where things start to get interesting. The awful phone calls are not going unanswered by Clark. They are what keep her going. For some reason, whenever the officials make a questionable decision, Clark takes it to the next level. Now that she's battling against the system rather than individual teams, she's winning hand by hand. Is anything else out of the ordinary? A more extroverted Clark is emerging.
Game, another rookie record for Caitlin Clark in a 110-109 victory over the Dallas Wings Sunday at...
Well, Caitlin, this game had a little bit of everything. So much offense, little separation, coming down to literally the final seconds. How'd this team do it?
Caitlin Clark dropped 35 points, a career high for her, against the Dallas Wings to help the Indiana Fever.
She invigorates her entire crew. While other teams are bickering with the officials, Clark's is sticking together. They are playing with greater ferocity, acumen, and unity than before. Where do the admirers stand? Their interest is piqued. Clark is emerging as a genuine hero as a result of her superhuman strength. Not content to merely wear her shirt, the young supporters in the stands are attempting to imitate her tenacity and determination. In addition to her success on the basketball court, she is quickly becoming a role model for others who are struggling.
Well, I just want to continue to see her growth for us being a leader, right? We know that she could hoop. We know that she could score the ball. We know that she can make others around her better.
But the WNBA's ramifications warrant our attention. Everyone in the league is adjusting to Clark's new playing style. Her ability to remain calm and keep performing at a high level when faced with challenges? A fresh bar is being raised. Can you remember that game against the Dallas Wings? Clark blew out, and that's saying something. Set a new career best with 35 points.
A career night for her, 35 points. Can you believe that? She also breaks the WNBA rookie record with over 750 career points.
People out there waiting to see her fail, and still keeping her composure as a rookie and leading this team has been a beautiful thing to see.
Surpassing the previous rookie record. All of this occurred while dealing with really questionable officiating. It is absolutely legendary. It is more than just superb basketball. Listen, Clark isn't facing this challenge by himself. The subjects of her co-workers always come up when she speaks to the press. The spotlight is being redirected to her as she shares it. In a world where famous people are too eager to accept their own flattery, Clark is a model of true leadership. But where does that leave the genuine pioneer? Clark is handling the great scrutiny in a certain manner. She would speak out against the league as a whole, not just the officials if she felt it necessary. As she emerges as a catalyst for transformation, ears are perked up. Think about it. If Clark can succeed under such intense scrutiny, what does her future hold? Is this a sign of things to come for women's basketball as a whole? By elevating her performance to a new level, Clark has delivered an outstanding performance.